before you make that decision to leave your JOB. JOB stands for?
Yes.
Oh yeah, right? First thing you have to learn is sales. How to sell. Shannon, how much years of sales experience you have? I know, since I know you in sales. 14 years? This is the way you use when you go to see clients, right? As you encourage anybody at all, any girl at all, and in sales, where he is when you see their clients. And I tell you that yesterday too. Hey, Shannon told her I knew Shannon's wearing heels. Shannon wearing heels now?
Sometimes, according to me.
Because the boss said that we wear heels. Right, true. Yeah. So, sales is number one skill in business. So when you master sales, you make money anywhere. Sales equals income. So that's the first thing you have to master before you take that leap. Because once you own your own business, a business does not sell itself. You have to sell your business. So like for example, you have to know sales inside out. You have to be making cold calls every single day. 10 to 20 cold calls every day, getting new clients in, booking appointments. You want your sales to be coming in, and then you have no choice but to hire a personal assistant to handle the paperwork and all that stuff. And then when you can sell and you have a personal assistant, that's when the sales really take off. So like that's a lesson I learned over the years. Once I started getting personal assistants, I realized, wow, I definitely glad I made that decision. Because that enabled me to make a lot more money and just focus on sales. So even though I run a lot of companies and stuff, I still focus on sales. I love to sell. You can tell, right? I love to sell. Sales is fun, right? So when you don't have a job, you have to be selling all the time. And sales is not just selling to customers trying to make money. Sales is dealing with your bankers, dealing with your investors. Sales is communication. Dealing with your kids, dealing with your spouse, right? Handling objections, closing deals, turning bad customers into good customers. Today, this morning, I had a customer who was upset and all kind of thing, right? And just gave me attitude on the phone. The same one, your same friend. And talking on the phone, I was very pleasant and kind or whatever, and very respectful. I knew she was a little crazy, so I called the agent up, to see what was he saying, and she explained one thing to me. I was like, oh yeah, and you handled it well. Just make sure, before you hang up the phone, just say, hey, thank you very much for your time, enjoy the rest of your day. Before you hang up, so next time you do that. That's all I do for people that are rude and disrespectful. But you have a lot of crazy people out there, right? And you have to know how to handle them properly. That's sales. And in the sales course, I don't know how you learn to do that good, but in the sales course, you perfect that. You have a sales background.
Yeah.
With which company?
Yes, marketing.
Yes, marketing. Oh, okay. I can tell. Alright, how to buy and sell a business. A lot of businesses out there for sale. And nobody knows because there are no for sale signs up. That's where your sales come in. You have to be able to get in there, network, get to know the owner, that kind of thing. I remember a couple of years ago, one of my trimmers broke the teeth. I had to buy a new trimmer. So I went to this place in Europe called Hair World. Anybody knows Hair World? Now I thought Hair World just sells trimmers and whatever, right? I got in Hair World. The amount of customers I see in there, I saw that cool sweat. I was like, well, this company making money, right? So I said, hey, at the time I was dating a girl from Canada who was kind of interested in migrating to Trinidad for obvious reasons. And she was into, she had a beauty spa. She had owned a beauty spa in Canada, right? So she was looking at the possibility of expanding into hair product, hair and that kind of thing, right? So here am I in the middle of this store called Hair World, and I honestly, I apologize for offending anybody, but I honestly thought the people that was coming in that store were black women looking for weave. Right? That's serious stuff. I see Chinese people, white people, black people, Indian people, all kind of people, males, females. I was like, whoa! I was totally mind blown because I never really went in a hair store before. So I talked to the security guard, right? Got to know him, right? Because I know how to make people like me quickly. I got to know him. I got the owner of the store's number, email address, got more information about the store. They had like 3 outlets, one in Kirap, one in Arima, one in Shoguanas. They have a warehouse somewhere. I didn't call the owners because eventually I broke up with my girlfriend and all that stuff. But at the same time, I could have pursued it and raised the capital for it. Because once you have good financials in the company, you can easily raise capital for it. Not so much debt financing from the banks, but from investors. So at Cashflow, you actually learn how to do that in a practical way. And in fact, you do it over and over and over and over again. You do it so much so that you realize, wait a minute, there are literally no restrictions. The only restrictions I had was my mental and my lack of training. You could buy any company you want. You could buy that grocery right there, Chinese grocery, CNA grocery. You could buy that. The guy who owns that, he is from Hong Kong. He's young like me. You know, there's no Chinese network funding people and all that stuff. That's crap. That's BS. You always say that about people that are next race or whatever. You always say there's some kind of network and they fund each other. No. That guy raised capital just like I raised capital. Most of the investors are Chinese, yes, but not all of them. Some of them are local. Some of them are East Indian investors. They're not Chinese. They don't look Chinese. They're Muslim. Right? He raised capital just like anybody else. And his business is doing well, especially now. Panic buying. He can easily expand his business. Once he has good financials, he just take that, sell what they call equity, sell about 20-30% equity, raise capital, and start a second location. But these are concepts that are foreign to you because you haven't been trained. The school system was designed to produce employees, and it's really good at doing that. So even doing a degree is for here, doing a master's program is for here, or even these two. Not for here and here. I have never met an MBA graduate that are hardcore entrepreneurs, hardcore, never. They always get jobs, always. In fact, the more educated refined people tend to be, the harder it is for them to really make movements on the side. And that's a disturbing correlation that we are observing over the past 15 years of running Cashflow Club. Right? The more educated people are in the education system, the less they're able to think outside the box and make those tough choices and learn as fast as they can. Your true learning happens after you leave school. Right? Sorry for influencing your child. It's good for you don't need to be a lawyer to own a law firm. You don't need to be a doctor to own a hospital. Okay? So when I go to schools, especially like what school do you go to? St. Xavier's? Oh, I've been to St. Xavier's before. When I go to schools and I talk to kids, and I tell them that, they are mind blown. They're like, wait, what? I don't need to be a doctor to own a hospital? What? I don't need to be a vet to own an animal clinic? What? So why am I here in school? That's the usual conclusion. So why am I here in school? Right? That's why we don't go to schools. I mean, we do talks in schools and stuff, but our courses are for the general public. Now, we do allow kids to partake. So, like, we have a 15-year-old graduate in the last program we had, and she was actually from Lakshmi Girls, and she's one of our, she won the book prize 3 weeks in a row. I mean, it's a very intelligent girl. She's from a business owner family. Her mom and dad did Cashflow with her, right? But, I mean, kids pick up Cashflow very quickly, especially teenagers. The youngest we have ever trained is 11 years old. So imagine teaching a 13-year-old these kinds of concepts. How different they'll think throughout their teenage years. They see a totally different world. When they go a party with their friends, they are going to watch the location of the place and say, hey, this place is a nice location. I can go to a party like this. How much they charge for the ticket? How much tickets they sold? How many drinks they bought? Did they do it on? They start thinking differently because they see in a different world. Right? Even in sports. My friend here is you're national champion, is he? He's the top badminton. I'm one of the top ones. He's beat my tail right through. The top badminton player. But one problem we have in sports especially is our athletes are not trained in entrepreneurship. Because in a country like ours where sports is not an industry as per se, we have to think outside the box. We have to think like these guys to make it. Right? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do it through business. Because I'm a national athlete as well. But I can't afford to go to tournaments just like that unless I was a business owner. So now I'm in a position where I could finally afford to travel to different countries and represent my country. But COVID-19 kind of put that on pause a little bit, but that's one thing. Remax sponsors the top badminton club in the country. And all those young kids we have our eyes on, we want to make sure they have a fighting chance of making it internationally. So you need to marry sports and business. But right now, our national team and our national athletes are focused more on governments. The Minister of Sports, and subvention, and the badminton association, and all that stuff. They're powerless. They can't do anything. So it's a problem we have, even in agriculture. Farmers don't treat their farm like a business. They treat it like a farm. Because they're not training things like cash flow. And most farmers are illiterate. They can't read and write. But cash flow can reach them because it's games. Right? So the gamified approach, the fun and interactive approach, superior in every way. You learn this kind of stuff at a very fast rate. Right? Because most people that are in business, they grew up in business owner families. They learn from their parents and their grandparents before them. So if you're born into a business family, the chances of you being a business owner is very, very high. Right? Last two books before I bring on John to do this thing. Right? Oh yeah, I'll show them before. Sales dogs. Number one skill in business is your ability to sell. Number one by far. Right? So once you perfect sales, you can make money in any industry. You can sell forks and spoons and still make millions of dollars. I know people make millions of dollars selling toilet paper, brooms and mops. Right? So this is the number one most valuable skill in business. Right? And this one here, the ABCs of building a business team that wins. Business and investing are team sports. Always remember that. Always with the team. Right? So even your behavioral characteristics have to change. When you're the head of a team, you have to think differently. So as a leader of a company, as a leader for companies, I know for myself, I can have a special parking spot for my car. You know those kind of leaders? A special, that's my spot, don't park in my spot. You know, this is my I eat away from my staff, I eat with the executives. No, I never do that. It's a team. And the leaders that are more team-oriented, they don't do those special things. They're there with their people, 100%. And a true leader produces other leaders. So, you know, my agents are trained in sales and leadership. Because I see them as business owners in training. And they see themselves as business owners in training. Right? So just the other day, one of my agents, because I'm constantly researching science. I'm a scientist, right? One of my agents got upset with me earlier this week. She said, you shouldn't tell people about COVID-19, blah, 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 blah. It's a negative stigma, whatever. And I had to put her in a place and explain to her, well, no. When you run a company, when you're responsible for over 100 families, you better get it right. You better do research. Find out the truth behind things so that you could better prepare your company and save people and save the company and all that stuff. You could navigate through any difficult circumstance once you know what's going on. You have to be informed to make the right decisions. If you're not informed, you can put people's lives at risk. Right? So I, as a team leader, I have to stay informed. So I listen to scientists, not the politicians. Scientists. I listen to politicians to find out if they've made any changes or whatever, but I don't listen to them fully. Facts about COVID-19, I go to the scientists. I don't go to the WHO because they're politically oriented slightly. Right? I listen to scientists. Not the scientists from CDC so much, but I do listen to them. But the other scientists as well that are studying the virus. That's how we know which vaccines are being developed, which labs are producing the vaccines, which labs raising billions of dollars right now. Gilead Labs, by the way. Alright, cool, because we have a new set of people here. So you can do your own research as a Cashflow member or potential Cashflow member. GILEAD Labs. Right? Their drug is the drug for the Ebola virus. It is working on COVID-19. So right now they're using it in Washington. They've used it in 6 countries already, and it's having remarkable results. More than 1,000 people have used it already. But they're not talking about the results yet. They don't want to get people too excited. But it's on number one defense right now. Right? The Chinese already started to mass produce it. So all eyes on America and China. Right? Which really Gilead Labs. The stock is going up sky high right now. I posted it yesterday on Facebook. So a lot of Cashflow members are researching Gilead Labs and looking at other labs as well. There are about 30 different vaccines coming out on the market, being produced right now, being tested right now. But in the timeline to get a new vaccine onto the market is very long, simply because they have to do animal trials, human trials. It takes a while. But these guys, their drug was accepted from before because it's for Ebola. Right? So it's working. The second one is called Camelstad mesylate. So I guess you can probably research, but that drug is actually for the SARS virus, the vaccine for the SARS virus. So those 2 vaccines are the best ones right now because they were tested before on humans and showed very positive results, and they tried them on COVID-19 clients, patients, and it's working on them. So don't be too negatively influenced by what's going on. Understand it's just a hurdle right now. We pass it, then we have to deal with the real issue, which is a recession.